So we're talking about the new Nissan Z concept. Now, this idea of a new Z has been around for about 3 years. Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Sean, and we have some stuff to talk about today. Now, first I want to apologize for not coming out with any videos for more than a week at this point. I was in North Myrtle Beach at a Ultimate Frisbee tournament with my university, and that's also where that happened, and we don't need to talk about that. But we have some news to talk about today, the new Nissan Z concept that's actually starting to come to fruition now. Now, I'd love to be outside talking about this in my glorified 4-seat Nissan 350Z, also known as Infiniti G35, which is my love. But as you can see, it is snowing pretty good, and I didn't think it would do it justice to take the Tacoma out to talk about it. So we're just going to go upstairs to my studio and talk about the new Z. So we're talking about the new Nissan Z concept. Now, this idea of a new Z has been around for about 3 years. Now, most car companies come out with a newer version of their cars every few years, but Nissan hasn't actually done that in a while. The 350Z was the 5th generation of the Nissan Z. Now, the 350 started to be produced in 2002, releasing in 2003, as I said before. The car was made up to 2009 with their 350Zs. The Infiniti version stopped a little bit earlier with their coupes in 2007, but you can still find 08 sedans and G35Xs, but we'll leave that for another video. So 2009 was the last year of the 350Z, which means right around there, 2009, 2010, is when they came out with the 370Z. Now, the biggest difference between the 350Z and the 370Z is simply the engine size. The 350 is called a 350 because of its 3.5 liter V6. Later came the 370Z with a 3.7 liter V6, also being the same reason with the G35 and the G37. Now, this new concept is long overdue. So it has been about 7 or 8 years since Nissan refreshed their Z. And I think all of us have gotten kind of bored with the 370Z. We've seen a lot of them. And if you look at a 370Z from 2010 or 2018, they're really not that much different. And that right there is the only thing that Nissan is actually releasing at this point, saying the 2018 370Z is their car right now. Nissan is pretty hidden about announcing what's going on. But from what we've seen, they're calling this project the Z35, which I think is a little too easy to figure out, but I'm also confused by it. Now, what the name that has been coming up recently is the Nissan 400Z. Now, what would make sense if 350Z was a 3.5 liter, 370 was a 3.7 liter, I assumed once I saw the name that the 400Z would be a 4.0 liter V6, which would be wild if they can make that work. But the rumors are actually saying it's going backwards to a 3.5 liter V6, like the 350 had. Not really sure what's going on there. But the problem right now is we're hearing a lot of conflicting stories right now. This car wants to be released, and the Tokyo Auto Show is usually where we would see Nissan's new ideas, and we really want to see that this year in 2018, but the Tokyo Auto Show is a biannual show, so that means it won't run again until 2019. So realistically, if they do come out with a new Nissan Z, it's going to be unveiled at the Tokyo Auto Show, which wouldn't be until 2019. Now, according to AutoCar, they want to show this concept at the 2018 Tokyo Auto Show, which, as I just said, isn't a thing, and also reported that the production version would be debuting at the LA Auto Show in 2019 as well, and then production would begin in 2020, and then probably we'd be seeing them by 2021. But again, this is conflicting information because there isn't supposed to be a Tokyo Auto Show this year. It's not supposed to come around again until 2019. Now, people who represent Nissan have come out to say that they do love the Z. They've said the Z is a true part of Nissan, and they're coming up on the 50-year anniversary of the Z, so that's why it would be amazing to see something different, see a new refresh, see something new and exciting. So this new car is actually reported to be working with Mercedes. Now, this is a little odd when you first look at it, but there are enough examples that you could look up. This Mercedes-influenced Nissan Z seems a little odd, especially for us lovers of the Z line and truly loving the Japanese car culture. I don't think this ruins it. I don't. But it is a little odd. I do think something great could come out of this. Now, Nissan and Mercedes have worked together in the past on engines. If you look at the Infiniti Q30, which isn't a car that we see or really talk about a lot because it's really not that impressive, to be honest, has a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine. So hopefully that's not the route they go, but there is potential for these companies working together to create this new car. Now, also along with this new Z, there is ideas that with it will be dropping a Nismo version, which again won't be out till 2021, that has a booming 475 horsepower. Now, according to AutoBlog, also a Nissan executive literally said, and I will read it, the 370Z is not a priority for us. Now, that definitely points to a very strong possibility of this new Z actually coming to fruition that we have been talking about for quite a while at this point. I'm really looking forward to seeing some more clear and developed news and ideas on this new car, because things are kind of scrambled right now. There's kind of some conflicting pieces of evidence, but we do know that this is probably coming soon. Now, as I was talking about earlier, this 400Z won't actually be named after a 4.0 liter V6, but actually this 400 number coming from 400 horsepower, which is conflicting to the naming scheme that they've used in the past, but I guess it works. Now, at 400 horsepower, for your regular 400Z would be a solid upgrade from the 370Z. Now, at 400, you're definitely in a pretty fast zone. This is more than any grocery getter will ever need, and that's definitely a step up from before. Now, also this Nismo model that I talked about earlier, and its 475 rumored horsepower and all-wheel drive actually starts to eat into the GTR market. If this has 475 horsepower, that is a lot, and it's actually not that much less than the GTR itself. Also, this 400Z Nismo would have all-wheel drive, just like the GTR. I'm actually not a fan of that. I would like the Z name to remain true to itself and its rear-wheel drive. I just like rear-wheel drive more. I fully appreciate the all-wheel drive on the GTR, but I actually would not want a GTR because I truly love a rear-wheel drive sports car, and maybe if there is a way to have some sort of drift mode where you could fully turn off the traction and make the car rely fully on rear-wheel drive, then I would think a little more highly of it. Now, I think this is a little bit too complicated, and I just don't think Nissan's gonna do this, and if they do, I think it'll kind of be a faulty system where people don't really like it. It's probably not going to be a true feeling of a rear-wheel drive car, but please, Nissan, change my mind, change my heart. That would be great to see. And as I see more rumors, I will definitely let you guys know. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're interested in more VQ content, definitely hit that red subscribe button. My name is Sean. As I showed earlier, I have a 2007 Infiniti G35 Coupe, and I tend to have a good amount of fun with it. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're excited for this new Nissan Z, hit that thumbs up button. If you have any ideas or anything that you've heard differently, put that in the comment section below. hit that subscribe button. That helps me out a bunch. And as always, guys, I'm just Sean being Sean. Just being me. Just be you. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers.